They won't see you coming. They'll laugh while you're quiet, distracted by your stillness, until one day they look up and realize you've built a kingdom in the shadows they ignored. See, the world today is addicted to noise, notifications, opinions, endless scrolling. People mistake visibility for power, but real power, real transformation, it doesn't scream. It whispers. It works in silence. It moves in purpose. And when it speaks, it changes everything. Detach from the noise. That is where you begin. You cannot dominate the world around you if you haven't conquered the world within. And the world within you is constantly under attack by the expectations of others, by the shallow validation of likes, shares, and empty praise, by the invisible cage that says, be like everyone else or be forgotten. But you were not built to be a replica. You were built to be rare. Rare minds move in silence. Rare spirits don't announce their growth. They let results roar. Edison didn't broadcast his failures. He just lit up the world. Ford didn't pull the public before building the automobile. He moved in silence until the world had to listen. Lincoln didn't fight with words alone. He held a union together with conviction and clarity while chaos screamed around him. Silence is not weakness. It is your proving ground. It is where vision sharpens, where belief takes root, where discipline is forged. Because if you can stay quiet long enough to hear your own voice again, you will remember who you really are. When you detach from the noise, something miraculous happens. You start to see clearly. You see how much time people waste trying to be heard by the wrong audience. You see the endless chase for attention that leads to nowhere. You see how easy it is to confuse movement with progress, popularity with purpose. But clarity, true clarity, that's a different kind of power. It's the stillness before the storm. It's the architect who sees the building before it ever exists. It's Carnegie knowing that steel wasn't just metal, it was the backbone of an empire. It's Disney seeing castles in the dust when the world saw bankruptcy. Clarity does not come when you're busy reacting to everything. It comes when you stop chasing approval and start honoring vision. Detach from the opinions. Detach from the noise. Silence is where you get clear. And once you're clear, the world starts to bend. Not because it changes, but because you do. You stop waiting. You stop seeking. You stop asking for permission to rise. Because when you know who you are, you no longer need the world to confirm it. But clarity without belief is a match never struck. It's fuel never ignited. It's the vision board with no fire behind it. You must believe in yourself before the world ever will. And belief true, unwavering belief is built in the silence. It's built in the nights no one sees, in the reps no one counts, in the sacrifices no one praises. Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But you must do the believing long before anyone else can see the result. The noise will try to drown your faith. It will shout reasons why you should quit. It will mock you when you rise too early, when you work too late, when you say no to comfort. Let it. Because belief isn't about noise. Belief is a decision, a sacred contract you sign with your future self. And once signed, nothing, not doubt, not delay, not even defeat can break it. In silence, you believe. And in belief, you become. Vision, clarity, belief. Now comes the forge, discipline. Discipline is the silent engine of all greatness. It doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't wait for motivation. It does the work, relentlessly, quietly, brutally. You think Carnegie asked if he felt like building steel plants at 5 a.m.? You think Lincoln waited for a good day to lead through Civil War? You think Edison stopped at failure number 10? Or 100? Or 1,000? No. Because they were forged by discipline. They had something most people fear, a mind that obeys a mission, not emotions. Most people can't sit still long enough to win. They want loud, fast, easy. But discipline is the opposite. It's quiet, it's slow, it's hard, and it's everything. When you detach from the noise, you make room for discipline. And when discipline enters your life, chaos leaves. You eat when others binge. You rise when others sleep. You build while others talk. And you don't need applause because the result is the reward. Action now. This is where vision and belief meet steel. But not all action is created equal. Most act for recognition. You must act from alignment. Alignment with your values, with your future, with your higher self. That kind of action doesn't need to be seen to be powerful. It just needs to be done. See, the oak tree grows underground before it ever rises to touch the sky. Roots first, then reach. That's how you dominate in silence. You build your roots. Deep, strong, unshakable. You work when nobody watches. You fail in private. You learn in secret. You suffer in solitude. And one day, when the results rise, they'll think it happened overnight. But you'll know the truth. It happened in silence. It happened when you detached from the noise and committed to the work, the hard work, the boring work, the sacred work, because that's what success demands. It doesn't care if you're loud. It only cares if you're consistent.